Hello, welcome. Today I will talk about a book that I have written called The Black Cube, and it is a dystopian type of book, somehow placed in some far future, and it speaks about it's like a tale of courage. At the same time, it's very much for people who enjoy stories about cosmos or stars or different planets. Or something a little more hidden, or something that has to do with technology. There's or that like sci-fi or futuristic things, books or movies. The Black Cube is pretty much in this genre, and I will read from the cover. The Black Cube, a tale of courage, unity, and the music that binds all creation. The Black Cube is an epic journey into the heart of the cosmos and the heart of what it means to be alive. In a universe bound by music, one journey can change everything. So the question is, of course, is the journey. I don't want to reveal too much about the book itself, but when I wrote it, I wanted to write intricate or complicated story with more characters, somehow placed in some future. Almost say it's a fantasy. It's a scientific type of book or story, and it is connected to Black Cube, which is like I was reading at the time about the Black Cube or what it means, but so to say, in the book, it's mostly like the Black Cube represents, so to say, the unknown, and what that unknown can do. So there is a journey that the characters go throughout the book, and then it's almost like they become heroes, or they do a very good job in finding the secrets or finding this story, where the story takes them. Sometimes there are situations where they are not, or they don't feel prepared. At the same time, they always manage very well, and the story develops. It's almost like sometimes when I read a book, I like to read the last part, the end, the last words or sentences or paragraph. I don't know why. It gives me like idea what the book is about. At the same time, the beginning is quite interesting in this book. It has a very interesting beginning as well. It is connected to technology or futuristic technologies, or like fantasy, and it's almost to say the fantasy has it's always connected to the future in some way or another. Some of my books are very much connected to the past or deep past. This is a book that is connected to the future, so to say, the story, but the element of Black Cube is something very old, or something very almost say with different meanings, can be found in many traditions or books or stories even. There is some meaning to the Black Cube. At the same time, the Black Cube for me represents something, because it's black, something hidden or something not yet known. It's like a seed of potential, or something very enigmatic, in the same time very attractive. What else can I tell about the book? It has the cover, it has it's black. At the same time, if you look well on the paper, you see some of the design that I created for the book, and it has a little bit more than 500 pages. 536 pages, and the writing in the book is quite large. I would like to make it easy for readers to read. I don't make the text too little. Depending on the book, I always try to find the right font writing, or the right size of the letters. And the action in the book goes quite fast. There is always like if you imagine this type of movies or books or stories where there's always like a team working together, no? There's always one has a problem, the other one has a solution. So there's like a very good teamwork that the characters do, you know, in this book. There's quite an interesting aspect, and the action sometimes moves faster, sometimes slower. There's always, of course, the balance of the writer to develop the story in such a way that it is a pleasant reading and that it has a meaning too, of course, towards the story, how one goes through the story, which pace, how fast or how slow, how the action moves, no? And I think I did a very good job in this book, that I balanced it quite well. The parts which is more descriptive or of the situation, no? There's different scenes, and then the dialogue between the participants, no, the actors in a movie or the characters in a book. So there's a very nice part in this book that it is, I'm sure if somebody is interested in this thematic, a very fast, very good read, enjoyable one. And it is quite interesting because it speaks about things that, you know, they're futuristic and maybe new ideas. There's it's like a very creative book on that side. And the story, of course, itself, no, it does carry, it's always like a question mark, and that's why it makes the reader, no, read until hopefully the last page, no. So there's the how to say, a talent in that way too, as a storyteller, as a writer, no, how to develop the story that is interesting in the beginning, and then it remains interesting until the end, no. There remains the aspect of keeping it very good, no, so the reader doesn't get bored in the middle of it, or the beginning is not interesting enough that the reader wants to read or further on read, no. So I work as a writer in different many aspects, and of course about each book one can speak a lot. I will not speak a lot about subject because I don't want to ruin the book of if somebody wants to read it. It's better not to know what the book is necessarily about, because the question of interest or the question of curiosity, it's always very much beautiful way connected to any book. So if the book attracts you, you know, the cover, the subject, or you want to read a book in this genre, you can find it on Amazon internationally. It's called The Black Cube, written by me, Anaïs Giulia. And as I've said, it's a really large book, 540 pages. So there's the, you know, for those who really like larger books, or a little bit something more interesting or something more captivating to read. And thank you so much for listening. As I've said, The Black Cube is a dystopian novel, no, a futuristic novel, played some far time in the future. You know, there's a journey, there's a travel. It speaks about cosmos, it speaks about different planets, it speaks about Black Cube, not a question what the Black Cube is, what the Black Cube represents, the story of the characters that move throughout the book. There are many quite interesting different characters that accompany the story, and there's very nice dialogue. There's a lot of different scenes that appear in the book, so it's definitely not a boring and an enjoyable read. If you buy it, hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening, and as I've said, you can find the book on Amazon. It's called The Black Cube, written by Anaïs Giulia. And you can order it from any country that you are. You can have it in paper and you can enjoy and read it. Thank you for listening. Bye.